Welcome to another episode of The Brand Called You, a podcast and podcast show that brings you leadership lessons, knowledge, experience, and wisdom from thousands of successful individuals from around the world. I'm your host, Ashutosh Garg, and today I'm delighted to welcome a very senior and accomplished professional and a growth marketing expert from Bangalore, India, Mr. Sindhu Biswal. Sindhu, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Ashutosh, for having me. Super excited for having this chat.
Thank you. Sindhu is the Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Buzzlab. He is a growth marketing expert with a proven track record in optimizing customer acquisition costs and enhancing performance marketing strategies to drive improved ROI. So, Sindhu, let me start with the first question. Tell me about your own journey in brief.
So, in brief, honestly, if I have to explain myself in one word, it is just a curious soul trying to find what more exists in this world, which can be contextualized. And I think I have been seeking truth in just different companies. My journey started in 2012, doing sound engineering at ZE while doing my BBA. Then starting a company in 2015, very, very early, a social networking app, was not able to do justice to that company. We all co-founders got split. I was carrying a lot of guilt that, hey, maybe I have killed the company. Decided, hey, have to kill my ego of co-founder status and whatsoever. Do some learning, joined Paytm Insider, so Paytm's movies and events division as a performance marketing executive. It was hard though. It was very, very
Mhm.
hard. Suddenly your glory goes away. Suddenly everything
Yeah.
goes away. Starts my training there as a performance marketer. Very, very early days when performance marketing was not was just picking up, and people were saying that, hey, uh, the large format marketing used to be there, events marketing used to be there. Then joined Pocket Aces, the
Mm,
parent company of Filter Copy Dice Media,
mm,
Asia's largest content house. Scaled YouTube channels to a massive extent. I was scaling YouTube channels to a 400 million views per channel, and I was
mm,
handling 8 channels.
mm,
Then came to Bangalore. Back then I was in Bombay. Came to
mm,
Bangalore. Scaled a company called Better Half. It's a Y Combinator
mm.
matrimony app.
Yeah.
Then joined a fintech company called Jupiter.
Mm,
And after that, I was like, hey, I think I'm more meant to be agile.
mm,
Uh, I think I know a certain, and I have also worked with creators. I am a growth advisor to Raj Shamani. I advise his YouTube channel, podcast. He scaled from 2 million to 5 million in the last just 1 year,
mm,
massive traction. I have worked with Finance with Sharon and all. But I think I identified 2 to 3 things
mm,
on which Buzzlab is getting built. We are building world's largest. The aspiration is to build world's largest content-led growth. My fundamental belief is content should and can solve business problems
mhm.
uh, by using solid AI protocols and data-backed science. Content should not be randomness. That, hey, my writer thinks this should be like this, and hence I should do.
Right.
That's what the journey has been till now, and that's what.
Amazing. What an amazing journey. And thank you for telling me about BuzzLab. And I've got lots of questions. But maybe I'm going to call you later and say, let me work with you for the brand called you also. But that's
Yeah.
another story. Sindhu, let's talk now about growth marketing to optimize customer acquisition costs and enhance performance marketing strategies. Can you uh, let me start by saying what are some of the common mistakes
Mhm.
brands make that make their CAC unnecessary?
So, what has happened is performance marketing, or in very simple word, marketing on digital medium, got a massive boom in lockdown,
Correct.
practically.
Mm,
It was there, but lockdown mein, every brand just stopped or reduced a lot of marketing spends that used to go into the TVs and hoardings and all, and just move the budget there. But there are not enough talent at all.
mm,
The first issue happens with the hiring manager not himself or herself knowing how to judge a candidate or what to ask relevant questions, and they end up hiring not relevant people. I would rather say, I don't think anyone is bad or good. It's just
mm,
relevancy and non-relevancy. So the first problem is in the hiring that practically happens. So the person who is hiring is not a good mentor for the even if you get a great performance marketer, but if the boss has no idea about the new world order marketing, the person ends up leaving because they are like, hey, I don't respect my person, my boss. I'm not able to get any mentorship from them. That is the first part. The second part is not uh, putting first principles in solving any issue. Now, what do I mean by first principles in this? Let me give you a very simple example. Uh, let's say I'm selling bottles. And I make very fancy bottles with an average order value of, let's say, 1800. Then technically it's a high premium bottle,
Mm,
practically. What essentially happens, I've always noticed is, uh, and that's a bad part of marketing. When we have too much of data, essentially what happens is youngsters who are newbies into the marketing, like the boomer generation of marketing used to do a lot of planning, a lot of research. The
mm,
new generation marketers are not doing anything. They are like, oh, we got a bottle, run the ad directly on the same day itself,
mm,
zero research gone, no understanding of brand book, no one even reads the brand book that properly anymore.
mm,
The planning and research part is the major flaw. And
mm,
and this comes from the concept of, I call this Bangalore concept specifically because I don't see this concept a lot in Gurgaon.
mm,
This fail fast, grow fast.
mm.
That and I agree with like I do agree with fail fast, grow fast, but I think you should just plan better.
Correct.
Take some more time, study the consumer, study the behavior.
Correct.
Just main common three parts where everyone goes wrong.
Amazing. And how do you approach optimization of customer acquisition costs, especially for startups who have limited budgets?
This is a good question. It depends on industry, it depends on your product, it depends on the life cycle of how the user journey looks like. So let me give you one example of a travel app, a travel platform, let's say.
Hmm,
Now, a travel brand has its presence on website, has its presence on app. The first fundamental is what is customer acquisition cost. Now, customer acquisition cost on the app is not cost per install. It is not even cost per registered user. What happens is this is a new world order thinking that has come from the Silicon Valley.
hmm,
There is a word called North Star metric. There is a word called aha moment. What happens is there is a data team, there is a growth team, which calculates and figures out that what is the metric we should chase, which is highly correlated with revenue metric.
hmm,
So, for an example, in a fintech company, the North Star metric that every growth team or a marketer chases is cost per X user, where X value equals to the person should have this much amount of CIBIL score. The
hmm,
person should have added this much amount of money into the bank account.
hmm,
And every marketing optimization happens from a calculation of that particular unit number in
hmm,
this case. Now
hmm,
that is called as CAC.
hmm,
So for an e-commerce, your CAC can be cost per first purchase order,
hmm.
not cost per registered user or cost per account created.
Okay.
Now, first thing is to find out what should be that X value for your company,
Hmm.
which is a different science altogether. You need to be a data person to figure that
Right.
out.
Right.
The second thing goes out to be media optimization. You are running multiple channels. You are doing YouTube, you are doing Instagram, influencer marketing, collaborations, brand marketing. You have to see channel by channel what is the CAC coming out.
Hmm,
I go to another extent, I see channels, then creative level cost optimization. So, is my female creative giving me a better CAC or my male creative giving me a better CAC?
hmm,
In the creative, if I use two people, is that giving me a better CAC? Or if I use three people in my ad shoot,
hmm,
that giving me a better CAC?
hmm.
Which primarily involves a lot of ground level operations, also a lot of tech attribution to be solved. So that's just giving you a most simplified and the summarized answer, but that's an everyday job of a
Very
marketer.
interesting. Very interesting. And as a follow-up question, how do you measure and improve the lifetime value of a customer in relation to CAC?
So the whole game of every business is not just keeping your customer acquisition cost low,
Hmm,
because technically that will not happen. Year on year, my media spends and the market inflation will force me to keep on increasing the CAC. Now, my job is to maintain the CAC, not decrease the CAC year on year.
hmm,
Now, if I'm maintaining the CAC, now business simply calculates ROI. What is it?
Hmm.
My ROI will not increase if my CAC doesn't go down.
Right.
Now, if my CAC is not going down, I only have two options.
Hmm.
So I can keep on increasing my MRP, which
Hmm.
I don't have an option because India is a price sensitive country.
Right.
Yeah, so I can keep on increasing my SKUs, which is keep on adding new products, or I will try to do bundling. Now, the whole game of LTV is to chase this thought that, hey, what are the more things I can give to the customer? So, for an example, in EdTech,
Hmm.
you will always notice that, hey, if someone is selling a 2000 rupees course,
Hmm.
they at the end of the cart, they will simply add 200 rupees downloadable PDF.
Hmm.
Why? Because they're trying to increase the AOV. But that is the first purchase.
Hmm.
LTV is the game of what is the second purchase, what is the third purchase, what is the fourth purchase.
Hmm.
And this is beautifully solved by all your astrology apps,
Hmm.
all your gaming apps, where there is a journey that is maintained. That hey,
Right.
if a person bought this on the first go,
Hmm.
the second month, do this.
Hmm.
A Fonts and Petal will send you an anniversary discount.
Hmm.
They will try to remind you every 6 months that hey, you should gift your partner this.
Right.
Hey, this is summer, you should do this. This is you should do that. So a lot of cross-selling, upselling, automation journeys is the first step to solve your LTV issues.
Very interesting. Thank you. And what role does social media play in the overall growth strategy, especially when it comes to CAC reduction?
So social media, interestingly, 10 years before used to be a top of the funnel thing that
Hmm.
okay, and it used to solve brand awareness
Hmm.
before. Interestingly, what I've started noticing is in last 7 years, social media is solving top of the funnel and middle of the funnel, which means if I'm promoting a D2C brand, which is absolutely new,
Hmm.
and I'm showing a t-shirt, there is a behavior that hey, people will click before even buying or going through that ad and going to the website.
Hmm.
They will click on the handle. They will see how many followers the brand has, and if the followers are 300,
Hmm.
no matter how great is the creative, no matter you might be using some celebrity, there will be a double thought that hey, this is not a big brand. Why should I be the scapegoat of buying this? So what has happened is social media is now solving two things. Number one, even if you say that, hey, I don't want to solve brand awareness,
Hmm.
because there are a lot of founders, the new age founders, they're like,
Yeah.
hey, I don't believe in social media at all.
Yeah.
I don't believe in branding. Let's just do performance marketing.
Hmm.
Uh, there's a clear cut data I have been noticing that if you don't have a bare minimum of 30,000 followers,
Hmm.
the performance marketing doesn't work
Right.
because people are not able to generate trust,
Hmm.
get trust out of that. So
Hmm.
social media, in short answer, is solving two things. Number one is trust, which is for the middle funnel conversion rate. Number two, yes, it is awareness
Hmm.
practically.
Hmm.
So what it does is it keeps my CAC quarter on quarter on check
Hmm.
because I have noticed my social media increment is very highly correlated with organic or organic purchase.
Hmm.
So my proportion of organic purchase keeps on increasing if my social media also keeps on increasing.
Very interesting. And Sindhu, when it comes to performance marketing, how does one balance the need for immediate results versus a sustainable growth?
That's a great question, which I don't have a foolproof answer of because
Hmm.
that is very contextual and very hard.
Sure.
Uh, so everyone, see, in totality, out of all the marketing that we have,
Hmm.
performance is the most predictable marketing form.
Correct.
And everyone has a math that hey, if I put this much amount of money, this much amount of sale will come out. Even if my performance marketer is on leave, my sales engine is keeping on running, keeping on running.
Right.
You can't say that for a social media because social media is random. You can't say that for an event. Events are spike up, spike down. So this is the only predictable form of marketing, let's say, and
Hmm.
that's why performance marketers are also paid the highest because there are not enough supply in the market as well.
Hmm.
Now, the challenge is everyone's chase is to maintain the stability.
Hmm.
The challenge is you are still following the algorithms that is designed by Meta
Hmm.
because these ads are running on a platform where the ads are in between social media content. Now,
Right.
what keeps on happening is you might see on a sudden Saturday, Sunday. ads are not working because uh, Kerala has a festival, let's say.
Mm.
And suddenly what happens is a lot of content creators in Kerala are creating content. And just because the volume of content have increased, the
Right.
ads are not performing well because
Mm.
people are distracted.
Mm.
Um, or you might see that, hey, this let's say right now ads are super expensive because it's Christmas till New Year. Everyone is running some kind of sale.
Yeah.
Everyone is bombarding because everyone in the books have to end the year well.
Mm.
So ads are spiked up. So obviously, I don't have a stability right now. My CACs are very, very high.
Mm.
My return on ad spend are very, very low.
Mm.
Honestly, the answer is there is a rational answer, there is an irrational answer. The irrational answer is whatever your founder thinks.
Mm.
That is the most irrational answer.
Correct.
Uh, there are founders who have to show their investors that December month went well.
Mm.
I can't do anything about it. I
Mm.
just have to keep the ads going no matter how much the CAC is high. I
Mm.
have been in those situations that my fundraising is coming. I have to raise the next round of fund. I can't chase CAC. I
Yeah.
have to chase volume. It doesn't matter whatever is happening. That is the irrational answer. The rational answer is you just decrease the spends when the CAC is higher. You just increase the spend when the CAC is lower. Exactly how you treat a stock market. You exactly do this way. Buy
What a great
in a bull run, save in a bear run. That's the only analogy. There is no other analogy.
what a great response. Thank you. Sindhu, let's talk a little bit about another area of your expertise, which is maximizing ROI through effective expense management.
Mhm.
And my first question is, what are some of the core areas where startups can immediately cut expenses
Mhm.
without sacrificing growth?
So,
And I know it's an awkward question, but
yeah,
given your
yeah.
experience, you'll have some great answers.
Yeah. No, I'll be dead honest in this. And let me come from the top.
Hmm.
So number one is having in your Excel sheet channels. Channels attribution and the data is the most crucial thing. So how much my PR contributes, how much my meta contributes, how much my reel contribute, how much my production contributes, content contributes, email, WhatsApp, everything needs to be there on an Excel sheet first.
Right.
Second, my tools also needs to be there in my Excel sheet.
Hmm.
Third, then my people will be there in my Excel sheet. Then comes how are you modeling? So my PR might not generate direct sale, but I have to show an indirect attributable sale. What exactly I just mentioned as an example in the Instagram. My Instagram, just because my Instagram exists, hence my performance marketing videos work.
Hmm.
So I cannot directly just cut expense in Instagram. So and this is the challenge I keep on noticing, the next generation CMOs
Hmm.
need to understand performance, and this is a problem. They need to because it's very less time to keep on upskilling,
Hmm.
and every time every quarter it keeps on changing.
Yeah.
You need to have an understanding of data. You need to have an understanding of channels,
Hmm.
channel attribution, data attribution modeling, and performance as well, because then only you will have this answer ready-made in your Excel sheet.
Hmm.
Once you have this answer ready, then you will start understanding. With my experience, I have seen some common areas where generally things work.
Hmm.
While and let me divide that into two stages: a 0 to 1 startup stage, 1 to 10 startup stage. In a 1 to 10 startup stage, you can afford to cut down on PR expense, brand awareness expense, keep on running performance marketing, and nothing will get hampered. And I'm only talking about pure revenue, nothing else. I'm
Hmm.
not talking about other indirect things like stakeholder management,
Right.
investor relation. But if you have another round of fundraising coming, I have
Hmm.
to keep on doing PR.
Hmm. Hmm.
Even if my revenues are not coming into place, because that's my mandate. So I'm just keeping those conversions out of the question. I'm only doing revenue cost optimization.
Fascinating.
If I'm doing 0 to 1,
Hmm.
a 0 to 1 has to build trust. And when a 0 to 1 is building trust, you have to choose only one channel, because I don't have the money to do PR plus branding plus influencer marketing plus social media.
Right.
I I'm okay to do six things
Hmm.
and do one round of layoff, no matter how much of wrong that does a sound after 1 year. But those layoff need to be calculative. That hey, if I and not everything is a layoff. You can move people from full timer to a consulting model.
Right.
You can move people from full timers to a pro bono model. Every models exist
Yeah.
in this case.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's how generally. I would
Amazing.
rather suggest on approaching
Yeah,
these things.
yeah. Fascinating. Thank you. I have time for two more questions for you. What are some ways to make marketing teams more accountable for expense management and ROI?
I keep on I keep on finding that answer every day. I'm proven wrong. Uh, I mean, I should be asking you this question. I'm pretty sure. How should you hold people more accountable? I think in marketing, I have badly realized one thing, and please let me know if I'm doing the right thing as well.
Hmm, hmm,
Um, I've stopped holding people accountable everything towards revenue. What I have started doing is I have broken down marketing into funnels into sub funnels, and then into OKRs. So my video editor job is to, yes, do videos at a certain tat, but I can prove that with data. And there is a metric called, let's say, retention rate.
hmm,
Now, retention rate is how much people who started watching a video, how many are there ending. Now, what contributes to a retention rate? A good storyline and a good editor.
correct.
What I have started doing is my writer's KPI and my editor's KPI is retention rate, nothing else.
Hmm,
No revenue, nothing. My designer's KPI is CTR.
hmm,
That's a single metric. My performance marketing's KPI is your junior should not leave the job. So do everything to make him comfortable or her comfortable and happy. Your second KPI is to meet ROI and ROAS. So so yeah, these are dissected. I keep
yeah,
on looking for more dissections because I feel simpler, easier KPIs that you can see every day are, because that's how humans are mostly.
absolutely right. Very well said.
That's how.
I wish I had met you 30 years ago, and my life would have been much easier being able to measure different marketing expenditures. But my last question for you, Sindhu, how do you measure the effectiveness of a budget cut in terms of its impact on overall performance?
This is hard. This is hard. Whatever I have learned till now, I'll tell you, and I keep on talking to a lot of mentors every month just to ask this specific question. What I've learned till now is there are three kind of attribution model. One is 1 day, 7 day, 15 day. Now I'll just try to simplify for the listeners and viewers.
Hmm,
There are some categories or the products which is a high frequency product, means people will use it every day and people will buy every day. There are some category of product where people take 7 days of a decision making window. There are some products which is a 15-day decision making window. And then there are some products which have a longer life cycle. So a B2B has a longer life cycle. Your buying of properties and everything has a longer life cycle. So their marketing efficiency is it's very, very hard even to pinpoint. You have to wait for a 6 month cycle to complete. When it is 1, 7, 15, the first answer is to identify and understand that, okay, what is your current conversion window of your product. So a t-shirt gets sold in 1 day. A user sees an ad today, a user will buy tomorrow. That I have noticed. When the average order value is more than 3,000, people are taking 2 days because they're thinking, they are taking addition and all. In furniture category, it is 6 days.
hmm,
So when it is 6 days, first identify what is that conversion day.
hmm,
Second, after you have identified, then put that as a benchmark into your Excel sheet and have a point of view that, hey, every 6 day I will look at what my things look like, and my decision making timeline is every six day. I will not do a daily cycle.
right.
So a skincare brand generally at this point of time in performance marketing takes daily call.
Hmm,
If yesterday this thing does not work, let's switch it off.
wow.
If this state is not performing, switch it off every day.
Hmm,
But a furniture brand is taking a six day cycle of decision making, that every week we will meet, we'll take a decision that South India is not performing,
hmm,
let's cut down our spends there, or let's reduce, increase our branding budget there.
hmm.
Those cases. But the answer is to identify that conversion window. The challenge is when you are selling multiple SKUs, that is even more challenging. So when you are selling multiple SKUs, every SKU has a different conversion window, and hence every SKU has to be measured separately.
Oh, interesting.
And that becomes even more complicated.
Oh, amazing.
I have been trying to find an answer that how do you actually
Hmm,
simplify the process of taking a decision.
hmm.
Not able to figure out that fully, honestly, till date.
I'm sure By the time we try and talk again sometime, you would have all the answers to that as well. But on
I
that
hope.
note,
Yep.
Sindhu, I just want to say thank you so much for talking to me about your own journey. I think the whole discussion today on customer acquisition costs and maximize our ROI through effective expense management has been an absolute eye opener for me.
I
I'm
have.
from the boomers generation, and we started using spreadsheets only in the mid to late 80s. But
Right.
we covered some very interesting topics today, starting with common mistakes people make, lifetime value of customer in relation to CAC. We spoke about social media marketing. We spoke about performance marketing. And then we had some amazing discussions on some of the areas that startups need to be able to maximize their own ROI by cutting expenses. Nobody thinks of them, but obviously you've thought of this in great detail. Thank you for speaking to me, and all the very best to you.
And thanks so much for having me. It was a great conversation.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to the Brand Called You videocast and podcast, a platform that brings you knowledge, experience, and wisdom of hundreds of successful individuals from around the world. Do visit our website www.tbcy.in to watch and listen to the stories of many more individuals. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search for the brand called You.